Hello everyone, I'm Renown0 and we're going to talk about this recent quote-unquote controversy surrounding a clip that has gone viral on Twitter or X, whichever you prefer to call it, from YouTuber HeelvsBabyface. It was a clip taken from one of his streams while he was playing Starfield that seemed to have gone viral with many YouTubers. Big, most of them, yes. YouTubers like Hassan Piker, if you can call him that, Rich from Review Tech USA, Angry Joe, Actman, and RGT85, which I like all of those channels except for Hassan. Hassan's garbage. He is not a real YouTuber. He's garbage, but I like all of these channels. I watch every single one of these channels, but the fact that the man has an opinion that they disagree with and they want to call him names for having said opinion is really unfair. I show no animosity towards any of the channels I mentioned, but sometimes saying stuff like the things that they've said can kind of be misconstrued, except for maybe Angry Joe and Rich, because their politics are absolutely all over the place and pretty terrible. There are two people that I would say stop talking about politics and stick to what content you know, because the politics y'all have are just absolutely stupid and make no type of sense. But this is the video that's gone viral, like I said, on Twitter or X, whichever you prefer to call. It's currently got 4.5 million views. That has been essentially shown by Dan Vass. Shout out to Dan Vass. Go subscribe to him on YouTube. Great musician. His videos are excellent. And we got to make sure he gets to 1 million subs before Nerdrotic so we can get a Bon Jovi song sung by Nerdrotic. For the people that know who Gary from Nerdrotic is, that's kind of the running competition they have between each other to see who can get to 1 million views. 1 million subscribers first. But let's listen to the supposed controversial thing that Az from HeelvsBabyface had to say.
I just want to say something to you, Bethesda. Just want to say a little something. There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off. Fuck that. Bethesda. There is nothing I love more than to sit down, comfy chair, turn on my PC, fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself, think, oh my god, just think of this world, just think of all the planets I can visit, all the immersive things that I can get involved with, all the fights, all the relationships, all the people I meet, all the places I go. I'm so excited to go there. And you know, I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
Yes. So at the beginning of the game, yes, they force you to choose pronouns because, of course, it seems like most modern games nowadays, maybe not most, let me take that, maybe not most, but a lot of modern Western games make you do that nowadays, and they don't let you skip it. They force you to click on it. I know Call of Duty did that in one of their games. It wasn't a big deal then, but it gets annoying that every single, well, it would seem like every single new developer adopts this way of thinking, this thing that we have to select pronouns. It's like, it gets a little ridiculous and it's a little cringe. It really is a little cringe.
We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda Western Game Company. Fuck your immersion. Fuck you having a good time. Fuck you falling into a world and just getting lost. No, no, no.
Yeah, this video is definitely going to be limited ads or even demonetized. But it's okay. I just want to get this out there.
Current fucking day. Fuck off!
And the thing is, people are taking this thing as well as like, this is the only thing he's complained about. He's complained about things like this in other games. He's complained about certain things in this game. He's played enough time in this game to see certain things having certain patterns. So, you know.
You're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! You are a one-hived mind twat waffle! That's all you fucking are! And you wonder why people are getting so fucking sick and tired! You take everything we love, all our immersions, all our fantasies, all our escapism, and you just can't help shovel your dog shit, fucking crap ideology into everything! Every single solitary fucking thing!
And I forgot to say it, I'm sorry for anyone who's wearing headphones while listening to this. But yes, he makes an absolutely great point. Even Dr. Disrespect had to chime in on it, of course. Right here. Where we had this person on Twitter saying this. Dr. Disrespect was rejected a Starfield sponsorship deal due to his recent phobia, and he got triggered. No, he didn't. Triggered would require you to have a massive, intense emotion. Because again, words mean nothing to these weirdos on the internet nowadays. Definitions mean nothing for words nowadays. On stream because the head of Bethesda Publishing has pronouns in his bio. Yes, because if you have pronouns in your bio, your opinion is immediately irrelevant. Just point blank period. These guys wouldn't survive MW2 lobbies if pronouns triggered them. No, we've survived Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. We've survived Halo 3 lobbies. Y'all are the ones that get what you like to call triggered by pronouns when people use the incorrect ones, apparently the incorrect ones, towards y'all. Y'all always get triggered, and you want people to change their perspective and see what's in front of them and basically tell themselves that they're lying, that they're not seeing what they're seeing in front of them.
Got it. Okay. Now everything's starting to make sense. Everything's starting to make sense now.
Does that really sound like a triggered person? No. This person is just Dr. Disrespect just making an observation of who works for Bethesda.
Everything's starting to make sense. Got it. Alright. I got it. So I gotta say this, Chance, for just real quick. I just gotta get it off my chest. Obviously, we've been hyping up Star Citizen for Starfield for a long time. We've been making it very vocal, right, Champs? We had our team reach out. Hey, can we work with you? Can we do something? Due to past controversies, there's no way we can work with Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, so say things or do things that the company disagrees with, right? Say things that the company has disagreements with. They tell you basically, nah, we can't help you.
How about just give me, like, let me play the game when some of the others are playing it. How about that? Yeah, that's still the case.
This guy's one of the biggest streamers out there, and you denied him the game. You know how many more eyeballs would get on this game if Dr. Disrespect was to stream it? A lot. A heck of a lot.
Anyways, Chance, we just had to get that off our chest.
Which he did respond. He did respond to that person. Right? He did have a response, of course. Saying, some of these poor young people are just depressed, no life experience, and completely misdirected by the internet. Look at my words being taken out of context here. The insecurities are obvious. Politics should stay out of the video game industry entirely, along with people like this. Yes, essentially gatekeeping out people who don't actually care about this stuff, who don't actually care about the video game industry, who don't care about what the video game industry means to a lot of people. Because that's what it is now. We also had this right here. We had these amazing quote tweets by people who are essentially trying to shame Az out of an opinion that he has. The Act Man. Again, I like you, buddy. I love your content. I watch it all the time. I've said it even in a quote tweet to you that I say you have some of the best content out there on YouTube. Especially with the Act Lawyer. I think those videos are fantastic. Gorilla-shaped man on the verge of crying because Starfield lets you pick pronouns. It doesn't let you pick because there's no skip option. It's forcing you to do this. Again, Call of Duty did the exact same thing with Black Ops, with Cold War, with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. At the start of the game, and then it's never brought up again. Somebody please do this to this guy with this. He's going to attack. He's going to do this. Definitely not going to happen. Again, I have a lot of respect for you, Act Man. I still do. Doesn't mean I'm not going to watch your content just because you have one opinion that I disagree with. And that's the problem with a lot of people. Their favorite content creators have one opinion that they disagree with and they automatically stop watching them. I'm not one of those people. I'm sorry. Professor Woke. Babe, wake up. A bunch of weird losers are melting down over pronouns again. Everyone has pronouns. It came free with your effing speaking a language. Again, they don't understand the implications of why this is being pushed. They want to normalize this. Essentially, they also have the they them pronouns in here as well, which is what they're not telling you. Shout out to Tugs. Genuinely curious what these kinds of dudes plan to do once the YouTube grift runs dry. It's not a grift. They're not scamming people. They're giving their opinions, you absolute moron. It's just someone on the internet giving their opinion that you disagree with. It's all that's happening here, and somehow opinions are a grift. Opinions are somehow a grift. Because according to you, people don't have working brains to decide whether or not they agree or disagree. There's going to be thousands of videos of them acting like lunatics with their names and faces tied to them. Who's going to hire you after a decade of this? In a decade, it probably may not be them doing it. It might be other people still doing this. You know, I see it of the pronoun brigade quote tweeting this with no interaction. Who are they tweeting to? That's true. Seeing a grown man screaming because they pick pronouns in a character customizer is hilarious. No, you don't really get to pick. You're kind of forced to do it. And the response of people being like, I thought that I was hypersensitive. Nice to know I'm not. Bro, he screamed rants about a customization choice. Can't get more sensitive. Again, it's one of those things which called shame tactics. They try to shame you because you have an opinion about something that they disagree with. Not to be a dick, but Az kind of represents the worst parts of calling out woke crap. Yes, it's stupid that every game and their mother asks for pronouns. That's kind of the whole point that he's making. That's literally the entire point of this clip. That's the whole point. The fact that it's in literally everything, and we do not care. Most people who play video games do not care about this nonsense. They do not care. They just want to get immersed in the game, play, the storyline, the experience, and everything else going around, which is what he said. They're pronouns. They can't hurt you. You already use them every single day. No, we don't. Most people do not use... Most people, when referring to someone, they'll say their name. Yes, there may be certain points that, yes, they'll use it. But for the most part, normal people use somebody's name when referring to someone. You people act like little girls if someone doesn't refer to you in a certain pronoun you prefer when they're talking about you in third person. Also, you've got rage issues. See a therapist if that's not too woke or snowflake for your fragile masculinity. I guarantee this person has more masculinity than you'll ever have. Again, dog, you look like this. Come on now. Starfield is barely an RPG, but you should always want more customization in games, not less. This isn't customization. Pronouns are not a customization thing. Customization would be like more eyes, more nose, more things you could do with your character's face. Things like that. Adding in pronouns is not really customization, because if you're just going to say, oh, they're putting it there and then they never use it, what's the point of it being there then? This was cathartic to watch. The Marxist soulless people covered people infesting creative industries, destroying all the franchise we love and creating garbage, needed to be spoken to like the filthy, talentless, thick as F ideological people they are. Bro is mad an RPG lets you roleplay as whatever you want. Because no one cares about the pronoun thing. No real people care. You're playing a space RPG. You're playing a space RPG. What the hell do pronouns have to do with anything about a space RPG? You don't see them doing things like that in Mass Effect. And that's another space RPG. They don't put that in Mass Effect. Why put it in this? They're completely misunderstanding the point that Az was trying to make. This guy is every walking stereotype of the anti-woke crowd that somehow just ends up looking more ridiculous than the people they're making fun of. What you're doing, though, is you're giving his clip more traction to bring in more people that actually agree. This would have went nowhere if y'all weren't quote tweeting. There's over 4,000 quote tweets, which I'm not going to go through every single one of them. I'm just not. This is how synthetic men will look in 5 more years. The bald, obese man children that scream their throats out at the option to pick pronouns in the video game. The ones trying to convince us that we are the sensitive ones. Again, missing the point. Missing the entire point. Missing the entire point. And it just goes on and on and on. And on and on and on. Like I said, people are allowed to have their opinions about this. It's just absolutely annoying that things are immersion breaking. Again, he's played the game past the customization. There are more things in this game that are just as bad. But most people here are the people that don't care, and they're just, oh, it's just this thing, it's just that thing. People like Actman have experienced even the censorship that has gone on in Resident Evil 4 Remake and understood it. But because somebody says this about that in this game, it's different somehow. It's different. It goes from, well, we're gonna cover up all the female body parts that are offensive to people, to now they're putting this in games. And eventually it's just going to get worse. Just like they censored that one game, that one fighting game. People got upset about that. And people called those people corn addicts. And why don't you watch corn and all this other stuff. It's the same concept. It's the same concept. But this is what these people do. Sit up here, try to shame you constantly for having an opinion they don't like. And honestly, it just goes on and on and on and on. It goes on and on and on. Like I said. Right? This is what RGT85 had to say. Someone who does think that sometimes crap is shoehorned in the media without it needing to be there. So you understand the point. You're still going to call someone a weirdo and say they need help. You understand the point. All you had to say was really this last part. But again, you can say whatever you want, like I've already said. Again, I still have much respect for what RGT does. I still enjoy his videos. I'm still going to watch his videos. But I think it's a little ridiculous. Let's see. Review Tech USA. If we could find it. He's even doing apparently memes, right? You know, retweeting him, you know, Actman. Here it is. I'm jealous, to be honest. I want to live in HeelvsBabyface's world where life is so easy that pronouns in the character creation screen cause me to rage like this. I mean, you are a guy that jokingly said to be paid $50 to take your shirt off. Again, people criticize you for that. But, again, no one cares. It's a valid criticism. We're getting tired of this effing pronoun reality, but bullcrap being shoved in our collective butts. We just want to escape, have fun, but no, they had to inject the crap we see all the time. That's the point. That is the whole point. No, you have to pick your pronouns in this game. There's no skipping it. You have to pick it. You have to pick it. You have to pick it. And last we'll show the thing from the tweet from Angry Joe. Of course, he retweeted, you know, Review Tech USA, because again, they have the same politics. They have the exact same politics. Leftist politics, right? Lol, is this like the time y'all said Dead Space was way too woke because of all the gender neutral bathrooms on spaceships? Yes, it's the same thing. They injected it in there without it needing to be there. It was supposed to be a remake. It was supposed to be a Dead Space remake. A remake is something that you just take the original material and you up the graphics a little bit, you change a couple things. The fact that they injected that in there is ridiculous. Him talking about Nina Infinity, shout out to Nina Infinity, who basically exposed Dick Masterson for being the crappy person that he is. Just saying everything sucks and talking crap about people, and who said Eric was doing charity fraud. It must be so annoying to have to be tolerant for people with certain political views when they play video games. What a hard life that must be. You're right. I think you should go refund the game for sure. That'll show these damn liberals who's boss with your pronouns. Again, you are a person that does reviews and get angry at everything for a living, Joe. You go ahead and buy Madden every single year, no matter how many times you say the previous one is terrible, no matter how many times you say they use reused assets, no matter how many times they barely change anything in the game, and you say it's just a roster update. You are a hypocrite because you complain and whine about this game, Madden, being exactly the same every year, and yet you continue to support it and buy it every year. So this is the exact same thing here. You can't say, oh, this person's complaining about this, but you complain about Madden every single year being trash and being the same, and yet you continue to support EA and you keep buying it every year. So you really have no legs to stand on in this argument whatsoever. At all. But of course, at the end of the day, everyone's allowed to have their own opinions. I think it's a little ridiculous that people are going after Az for this on his own live stream, not understanding that we've seen it so much. We need to continue to call it out, and it's just going to continue to happen as long as people continue to support the companies that do it. Personally, I don't think it's a big deal, but it's the same. At the same breath, I'm not calling Az a snowflake or sensitive or whatever because he had this opinion about this. I'm not going out of my way to say people are offended when they don't fully understand the context of why he's saying the things he's saying. He's literally living in the culture war or in the culture and seeing what's going on, which most people that are talking about this are not. So shout out to Az for being able to put out his opinion and tell people that this is going on. But if you enjoy the game, you're allowed to have fun. No one should be allowed to tell you what you can and can't do with your money. No one should be allowed to tell you what you can and can or can't enjoy. But I think I've wrapped it up right there, and I think I've said everything I needed to say. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button, comment below what you feel about all this, subscribe for more content. Do not interact, post, or communicate with anybody I've shown in this video. Again, we'll have a conversation in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.